notice to all those present that the realm of Bayonne City is observing its 150th anniversary.
Hello, I'm Joe Ryan. I'm the Public Information Officer for the City of Bayonne and the Chairman of Bayonne's 150th Anniversary celebrations. The film you're about to see gives a record of 3 events that we had this year to observe that 150th birthday of our great city. The first event was a celebration that took place at the Bayonne Public Library. The second event was a ceremony at Bayonne's City Council Chambers. And the third event, a food truck festival on Avenue E that thousands of people enjoyed. So we hope that you will enjoy watching this film about Bayonne's 150th anniversary events.
The city of Bayonne, there's just something unique about it where it becomes part of your soul.
The best part of Bayonne are the people.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
That's what makes me confident that Bayonne will be here for 150 more years.
What I think of when I think of the history of the city of Bayonne is how the immigrants in the last 100 years that came here really shaped the town.
I wish the city the best and the people who live in it the best, because they are the best.
And it's the 150th anniversary of Bayonne. We're celebrating.
Really a wonderful celebration of Bayonne as it is today and the last 150 years of our history.
12 months will be filled with more happiness and wonderful times to fill memories for the next 100 years.
It's been great for someone like me to grow up in the city of Bayonne, and it's given me quite a bit.
They even say that John F. Kennedy actually came here to Bayonne and he tested the PT boats.
And that's what makes Bayonne so unique.
On March the 10th, in the year of our Lord, 1869, their lordship in the legislature of the state of New Jersey adopted the following law concerning the land known previously as Bergen Neck.
My name is Richard Lalina, and I am the official town crier of the New Jersey State League of Municipalities.
At present, known as the Township of Bayonne, shall be one municipal corporation to be known and called as the City of Bayonne. And be it enacted that this act shall take effect immediately. Approved, March 10th, 1869.
Today was a great day for the city of Bayonne, especially for the people who are living here now. Bayonne is going through a renaissance. We had a lot of people who are just moving into town, and to learn about what Bayonne is, where it's been, and where we're going.
I had a great day today. We celebrated one of the greatest ideas in the history of the state of New Jersey, and that was the idea to create the city of Bayonne.
When the committee first formed, when I started here, I said, we have to have this at the library. We have to have this event at the library.
May I all ask you to rise and remove your hats? As I will ask the Bayonne High School Honors Choir to come forward and sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
I would like to invite up Public Information Officer for the City of Bayonne, Joe Ryan, and Miss Bayonne Centennial from 1969, Michelle Pika Laskowski.
I was born in Bayonne, and in 1969 I was Miss Bayonne from the Miss America Scholarship Pageant, and because it was our centennial year, I was also chosen to be Miss Bayonne Centennial.
In 1861, the 1,300 inhabitants of the peninsula between the Morris Canal and the Kilvan Cull seceded from Bergen Township. They started something new called the Township of Bayonne.
Today was a great ceremony. It took several months to plan. And it was wonderful bringing together a number of reflections on the history of our city, along with the music of today's students.
We thought this was extremely important for the community to see what type of talent you have in terms of singing, and as kind of a plug to get the general public to know exactly how much musical talent we have, and especially with choral music.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
I can tell you, our city, in the hands of our youth, is going to be fine. Trust me when I tell you. Between our teachers and the way these children are growing up today, and the feeling and the caring that they have, this city is going to continue to move forward. So thank you very much for being here today.
Today's celebration, celebrating our 150th anniversary, of Bayonne become incorporated as a city back in 1869. Hearing the story how Jersey City tried a year later to force Bayonne to become part of Jersey City, and the people stood up and went, no, we're not going there. This is our city.
In the next portion of our program, we'll be inviting various officials to come forward with items to submit to our 2019 time capsule. We are preparing a time capsule to be opened by the people of Bayonne in the year 2069. I promise I won't be here. That time capsule will contain documents and objects that represent aspects of Bayonne as it is today. I would like to ask Library Director J.P. Porcaro to wheel forward the temporary time capsule on a cart. When I call your name, please come forward with the items for the time capsule. Please state into the microphone what your items are, then place them in the temporary time capsule. First, Assemblyman Nicholas Chevroletti.
I actually have a letter that was drafted by Governor Phil Murphy recognizing and congratulating Bayonne on its 150th anniversary.
Former Council President Joe Makowski.
And I'm happy to present a medal that was given to the councilman by Mayor Grenet. And it has on it the motto of Bayonne, France, which is Nunquam Haluta, which means never defiled.
It shows everyone's feeling here was full of warmth, full of happiness, because people are very excited about Bayonne and about the future of Bayonne.
Representing our council, Councilman at Large Juan Perez.
Yeah, during the war, we used to do here, they used to do sailboats here. Even Charles Lindbergh sailboat was built here in Bayonne and delivered to where he lived.
I was going to put a picture of me in there, but the man talked me out of it.
It's not big enough.
What we have here is all sorts of items in the envelope, and also we have our agenda for our council meeting.
So when the war came, Bayonne started making PT boats for the war. There were a lot of PT boats in the Pacific that were made here in Bayonne, and a famous one is PT 109.
Business Administrator, Urban Enterprise Zone Coordinator, and former Mayor Terrence Malloy.
Good afternoon, everybody. What I have in here are a couple of things. One is a USB drive, which is contained on it is all of our recent commercials that we've been playing on cable TV, which is really showing our business district, our new buildings, in a positive light as we see it today.
Our city clerk, my close friend, a downtown guy.
I have been the clerk now since July of 1978.
Robert Sloan.
On April 17th, coming up, I will tie the record for the longest serving city clerk, meeting the record of William C. Hamilton, who was the clerk from 1871 to 1911. I wanted this city administration to be remembered 50 years from now as the city administration, the mayor and council, who were sitting on at our 150th anniversary. So what I have is an invitation to the inaugural celebration of the mayor and council from July 1st of 2018. And then the minutes of a special meeting of the Municipal Council held on November 20th, 2018, which was called for the purpose of filling a vacancy in the First Ward Council seat and appointing Neil J. Carroll III as the now current First Ward Councilman.
My grandfather, who I just lost a few months ago, was in Bayonne for 91 of its 150 years.
Our fire chief, Keith Weaver.
I have several items for the time capsule. The first two would be a fire department patch and a patch from the Bayonne Office of Emergency Management.
My wife and I are both lifelong citizens of Bayonne, and we wouldn't think of living anywhere else.
Representing our police department, Deputy Chief Walter Rogers.
We have an envelope that includes a letter to the future residents of Bayonne. We also included patches similar to the fire department. We have a table of organization listing all the members of our organization. And we have a couple photos with our signatures, the leadership of the Bayonne Police Department.
My grandfather worked for Standard Oil, and when he retired in 1974, I believe, they gave him a paperweight, and they closed the refinery. It was like one of the last barrels of oil that came out of there, and they put a drop of oil in each paperweight, and we still have that in my household today.
Peter Hastings of Bay TV.
We're going to include a DVD of recent city events. We have the Fitzpatrick Park tree lighting from December 2018 and the State of the City address starring Mayor James Davis from April 2018.
I was involved with a couple of different things because I was both the library and the Historical Society for this event. We put up an exhibit about 150 different things from Bayonne history.
Historic Preservation Commissioner Carmela Carnoustas.
I'm happy to present this document, 150 Facts About Bayonne. It's technically a timeline presenting the history of the city of Bayonne.
I get to put something in, and it's an I Love Bayonne t-shirt that we ran on in 2018 with my name and the name of every member that ran for council and won that year.
It was great seeing so many current and former officials here, and I particularly enjoyed when people made the presentations for our time capsule. There were a lot of surprises in the people and the things that they brought today. I was very impressed by that.
At this time, I'm going to bring up our council president. I can't think of anyone that I would want standing next to me and being the council president over the last 4 years, this 4 years, and hopefully going forward, than anyone than our first female council president in the history of Bayonne, Sharon Ashnadrowski.
Thank you. It's an honor for me and my colleagues, Sal Galise, Neil Carroll, Gary LaPalooza, and Juan Perez, to be the administration serving during this time when it's 150 years. But there are obviously a lot of people who came before us and who set this all up for us very nicely.
And to tell you the truth, I'm going to make sure that they bury the time capsule on our property, just so that way we have it here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank everybody for being here today. This is our city. And like I said when we began, this is who we are. And I will say it again, and I will say it to the day I no longer breathe. There is no more unique city in the world than Bayonne.
See the city transforming one more time into a city that is going to become, because of our location, almost like a bedroom community. And because of our ports, the warehousing industry is exploding here in Bayonne. And that's where the city's going to go in the future.
This is, and no doubt in my mind, the greatest little city in the world, and a city that has meant so much to the United States and to the people of this country.
Even in politics, you can see that Bayonne doesn't want any outside influences.
And it's up to us to show everyone else how it works and move this country going forward. That we all could look and work and play with each other, no matter what we look like, no matter what God we pray to. Because this is who we are. And what we are Bayonne. Thank you very much.
Let the celebration extend through all parts of the realm of Bayonne, its upland acres, its territorial waters, its offshore islands, and all of its dominions beyond the seas. Not sure of the time, but all is well. May God bless the great people of Bayonne, and now more than ever, God bless America.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne, from O'Halloran and Vitale.
For the longest time. Whoa, for the longest.
Tonight's event actually was a phenomenal event.
People was fantastic, especially the music, those doo-wops. I gotta say, Mark Maselli, he's got a good voice, and those guys were fantastic.
Would everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands.
It was an honor to sing here tonight in recognition of Bayonne's 150-year anniversary.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We were a beach town, then an industrial town, and now we're maybe on the up and coming of a yuppie town.
Welcome, everyone. You know, today is a continuation of the celebration of 150 years of the city of Bayonne, and that's a testament. It's a testament to the citizens of Bayonne and the leaders, the prior leaders and the current leaders. And it's an honor and a privilege to be one of those leaders.
Hearing about the history of our first mayor and the foresight he had to vote against, becoming annexed by Jersey City. One guy establishing a police department, realizing the need for safety, bringing in the oil companies and, getting Bayonne on the map.
Henry Meggs moved to Bayonne from New York City in 1861. His family dated back to Puritan New England. Bayonne was also convenient for Meggs, who commuted to his office from his home on Newark Bay by ferry and horse and carriage.
It was good to see the living mayors here to celebrate Bayonne's 150th and how we all work together and talk with one another.
Take a moment to think of where we are, who we are, and the accomplishments that this city has, which generated what this country is. There is nothing better than to stand here before each and every one of you and say to you, this is the greatest city in the United States and in the world.
Things like that are important. I mean, it's just really such a wonderful evening and great to reminisce with people who really who hold Bayonne in the same regard that I do.
Indians, Dutch settlers, English colonists thought this a good place to be. And so down the years, through your hopes and cheers, we salute you proudly, praise you loudly. Bayonne, New Jersey, we cheer.
It's great to be here this evening for the celebration of Bayonne's 150th anniversary tonight. This evening was a great event, looking at the film of the parade back in 1969, and to see what we've been able to accomplish and the greatness of our community, and most of all our people. The people of Bayonne have always been very special.
Here you see the beginning of it, Mayor Fitzpatrick, 1969.
And you notice the color. Isn't this wonderful color?
Oh yeah, well, it's considering we have it, it's something to be proud of from, that long ago, from 50 years ago.
Looking at that video, I remember that parade as a young fella. I was 7, 8 years old, and I remember my father was one of the police officers marching with the police department. In fact, I'm going to go back in there and see if I can pick my father out in that parade.
For those of you who have never seen this was the Diamond Jubilee book for the Our Lady of Mount Carmel. My dad was the chairman.
I think that's one of the things that made Bayonne so special and so unique, that bond between generations, parents handing off to their children and so forth down the line.
We are now going to proceed to the portrait unveiling.
Having our students here, having people that have lived in Bayonne their whole lives, even my mom who's 79 years old and, as I always say, has never lived above 6th Street her whole life. Then having, your photo, mine and Sharon being the first female council president in the history of Bayonne. It was really good.
Terrence P. Ruane began his career in the U.S. Postal Service as a letter carrier in 1975. In May 2009, the City Council chose Ruane to fill the vacancy in the position of council member at large. The voting public elected him to that position in November 2009 to complete an unexpired term. In May 2010, Ruane was elected to the 4-year term as council member at large. On July 1st, 2010, his fellow city council members elected Ruane city council president, a position he held through June 30th, 2014.
Everybody, Terrence Ruane.
We hung up the photos of all of the council presidents and mayors, and it's very noticeable that I am the only female up there, and I'm proud of that.
Sharon Ash Nadrowski was born in Bayonne to Harry and the late Dorothy Ash. She is married to Charlie Nadrowski. They have 3 children, Dana, Brianna, and Charlie Jr.
We were also in the Dorothy Harrington chambers when that happened, and Dorothy Harrington was the council person, and she was person for 12 years here, and she was a pioneer and helped lead the way to make this possible for me today.
She received a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science at New Jersey City University.
What's reassuring is how the community and my other colleagues have embraced me and recognize that women are capable, and we will succeed and do more here.
Sharon Ash Nadrowski is the City of Bayonne's first female council president. She was elected to the council in 2014 and was re-elected in 2018.
Council President Sharon Ash Nadrowski.
I'm happy that I was here this evening.
Terrence Malloy served as mayor from October 2007 to November 2008. He's the business administrator of the City of Bayonne and is also the Urban Enterprise Zone Coordinator. And in October 2007, the City Council elected Malloy mayor of the City of Bayonne to fill the unexpired term of former Mayor DeRia until a special election was held in November 2008. He views helping keep Bayonne Hospital open as his most important accomplishment.
Mayor Malloy.
It's a great milestone for a community, in particular a community like the City of Bayonne, because it is generational, and you can see the connections between different groups of people that were in this room tonight.
Mark A. Smith was born in Bayonne, New Jersey in 1961. He grew up as the son of a policeman and a registered nurse on West 26th Street. In 1983, he passed a competitive test for the Bayonne Police Department. During his career with the Bayonne Police Department, Mark A. Smith rose through the ranks from patrolman to deputy chief.
Aside from meeting my wife and becoming a parent twice of my 2 daughters, who were both away at school, probably the greatest experience in my life was serving as the mayor of this city.
On November 4, 2008, Mark A. Smith was elected to serve as mayor by the voters of Bayonne, completing an unexpired term. He was elected to a 4-year term on May 11, 2010, and served as mayor through June 30, 2014. Mayor Smith led the City of Bayonne's emergency response to Superstorm Sandy, the related power outage in the storm's aftermath. Since 2018, he has served as the Homeland Security Director for the Hudson County Sheriff's Department. Mark A. Smith is married to the former Patricia Carroll. They reside in Bayonne with their 2 daughters. Thank you.
Folks, Mayor Mark A. Smith.
My mother always used to tell me every time I got in trouble that my picture was going to end up in the post office. And tonight I was able to say, well, Ma, I think I put it up at City Hall. So it was, it was a pretty special night.
Jimmy Davis was born and raised in Bayonne. He graduated from St. Drew's Grammar School and Bayonne High School, and attended St. John's University in the Staten Island campus. He worked in New York City Financial District, and in 1986 he chose to serve his community as a Bayonne police officer. He has been involved in numerous activities, including coaching the Bayonne Police Department's hockey team and raising money for slain police officers and people with autism.
It all comes down to a common theme, which is the pride and the city of Bayonne.
He has given particular attention to redeveloping the former military ocean terminal, properties near the light rail and the Broadway corridor. The Davis administration has attracted such employers as the Costco wholesale stores and showman fabricators, which construct sets for Broadway shows, television programs, convention, and special events. Mayor Davis also supported changing the Bayonne Board of Education from an appointed body to an elected one. He is married to Jamie Davis and is the father of 3 sons.
Mayor James A. Davis.
Thank you.
One of the first items that we're going to put in the capsule is that everybody is aware that George R.R. Martin is a Bayonne native. So what we'd like to do is the Bayonne Historical Society is making him an honorary trustee.
For the time capsule, I'm presenting a listing of the 18 properties that are local landmarks designated by the Bayonne Historic Preservation Commission.
50 years from now, of what I want those who will be opening the time capsule to see is how bright and beautiful our City Hall was decorated for the holiday season.
I am donating our membership list for this year, 2018-2019.
I can't wait 50 years from now that I can see when we open up that capsule and I look inside.
I'm contributing a Historical Society ornament of the Bayonne Bridge. It was the Society's first ornament from 2002.
And I'm presenting tonight some freestyle poetry that adults that have come from other countries think about our wonderful city.
Hi, I'm donating a copy of the catalog from the exhibit that we had in the month of March at the library, along with a short history about Bayonne and its city halls, and the program from tonight, because I'm really proud. I think we had a great program tonight.
George Martin is a friend of mine. And when I told him about the 150th celebration, and I told him about the time capsule, and I asked him if he had anything that he could donate, he has donated a Game of Thrones. And the nice thing about this Game of Thrones is that he actually has his own book plate that he signed.
It's history, and I hope our kids will learn about it. It's something that you can enjoy. I mean, it's really exciting. I thought that I really enjoyed this.
May God's love touch their consciousness and awaken their soul. And may our city be a shining beacon on the hill that will reflect that path of righteousness and the Lord's glory. Thank you. Amen.
You want me to tell you my big secret?
Really?
You want to know? You want to know?
Do you want to know?
For the last 25 years, all I've really wanted is to sing with the B Sharps.
The B Sharps were a group that were created back in 1990 by Lydia Magali, and it carried on for 20 years. Over 200 gentlemen sang in the B Sharps.
The people that have started Bayonne and are here today are just the best resource asset we have, and that's what makes Bayonne such a great place that everyone wants to be a part of, and that's what makes me confident that Bayonne will be here for 150 more years.
I hate to leave you, but I really must say good night, sweetheart.
Welcome to our second annual Food Truck Festival and a continuation of our 150th anniversary celebration throughout the year. Come on, baby. Let's get now.
Today's our second annual Food Truck Festival. This is something where Bayonne people get to show off their city and their community to everybody else in the neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in Bayonne.
It's a great day. Last year, we ran out of food. It was so successful. This year, we added a number of food trucks.
Everybody seems to be loving the fresh, made-to-order empanadas. And we're cooking them right here on the spot for everybody to come out and enjoy.
We have over 30 food trucks this year. We have a beer and wine garden. The nerds are playing.
This is a wonderful time to have with your kids, with family members, people you haven't seen. This reminds me of the old days in Bayonne, where Broadway had a festival.
Absolutely amazing time
The Nerds were playing on the first night we met in Hoboken at Willie McBride's. And several drinks, and the Nerds helped me take this beautiful lady home for the first time.
We decided on this location for the past 2 years in a row because we like to feature all the development that's actually going on the east side next to the light rail station.
It's great to be out here with all our friends and neighbors, and after a week of solid rain, someone up there knew we were doing something nice today, and they gave us the most beautiful day we've had in weeks.
Happy 150th anniversary, City of Bayonne.
We had this last year. It was a great turnout. Again, second year, nice.
We are tourists from Germany, and we came to Bayonne to see the food truck festival, and we just love it.
The most unique city in the world, and everybody, once they come here, they love this city.
So in celebration for our 150th anniversary, we actually have 3 different art installations that are going on. It's live art. One art board is actually the famous faces of Bayonne, so it's all the famous people that actually have come out from the city of Bayonne. All the citizens that walk by, they can actually kind of guess on which face they know.
A lot of great options for everyone. Doesn't matter what you eat.
People like the location. We're close to the light rail, so people can leave their cars at home and jump on the light rail and get here.
Yep, we throw in the magic powder, makes it taste delicious.
It's goodwill out here. Everyone's in a good mood. We have perfect weather again, and it's just a really successful event, and we look forward to having it grow every year.
Get tacos here, kimchi tacos and bowls. Just basically think of it as a Korean Mexican fusion.
We got a ton of development going on, which you can see in the background, and this is us showcasing our city to the rest of the world.
We're having some incredibles here with barbecue pork and the banh mi. It's pretty damn good.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
Bayonne is my hometown. Third generation. My kids are my third generation of Bayonne, so born and raised here.
Bayonne Food Truck Festival, Pizza Vita, mobile wood fire pizza oven. It's 1100 degrees. The oven is imported from Italy. The stone on the bottom is made out of crushed rock from Mount Vesuvius. So our pizza's cooking 90 seconds.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
This is just a continuation of the whole year of 150 years of the city of Bayonne being Bayonne, where it's gone through its transformation from different types of cities, and now we're going through probably its most important and its most unique transformation of a city.
We're trying to bring that beautiful memory back to Bayonne.
It's fantastic. This year, it's going to be the best we've had.
Happy anniversario.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversario per questi 150 anni. Speriamo ancora altri 150. Beautiful.
We are Bayonne. We are Bergen Point, Constable Hook, Centerville, Salterville, Hammerbo, the east side, the west side. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
We are Shooter's Island, Robbins Reef, Paradise Beach, and the Long Docks. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
We are Newark Bay, New York Bay, the Kilvan Cull, the Platte Kill, and the Morris Canal. We are Bayonne.
Hello, everybody. 150 years celebration to the beautiful Bayonne.
We began with Native Americans, then came the Europeans, the Africans, the Latin Americans, the Middle Easterners, the South Asians, and the East Asians. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary to Bayonne.
We eat pizza, kibasi, pasta, stuffed grape leaves, kugel, rice, beans, chicken, Judiki sprinkled donuts. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
We are the hometown of George R.R. Martin, Chuck Wetner, Joe Borowski, Rich Dimmler, Sandra Dee, Frank Langella, Tammy Blanchard, Barney Frank, and Steve Roberts. Shaquille O'Neal lived here, and Ed McMahon too. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
We played stickball with the Spalding. We sat on the front stoop. We slid down the sliding pond. We skated on the Killy Pond. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
We had a coal port. We had a Navy base that became an Army base. We have a cruise port and the Coast Guard. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th birthday, Bayonne.
We hear train whistles in the night, boat horns by day, and airplanes from Newark Airport. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary.
We are baseball, football, basketball, soccer, rugby, cricket, and swimming. We are Bayonne.
Repeat semesters. Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
We have cats, dogs, sycamore trees, squirrels, crabs, Canadian geese, and numerous kinds of birds. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th, Bayonne.
We have the PAL, the Jewish Community Center, the Bayonne Family Community Center, and the Knights of Columbus. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
We have the Bayonne Bridge, the Turnpike Newark Bay Bridge, the 63rd Street Railroad Bridge. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
We have avenues A through J. We have avenues K through W. There are streets that are not yet to be, but we are Bayonne.
Happy anniversary, Bayonne. 150 years of good things, and let's look for another 150 years of good things to come.
We had Standard Oil, Texaco, Tidewater Oil. We had Babcock and Wilcox, Jones and Lachlan Steel, Underwood Typewriter, Pacific Coast Borax, Centaur and Nestor Studios. We are Bayonne.
Happy 150th anniversary, Bayonne.
We are tied together by family, friendship, clubs, sports, businesses, unions, the past, the present, and the future. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Bayonne. Thank you.